Hey, it's Charles Elwood again. So my company, Solismatica, is bringing AI, BI, and IoT solutions from a vision to reality. I'm doing a 4-series video right now, and this is the third part of it. And this is where I show you how to set up Stream Analytics to work with the Azure Percept. So the first thing you do is you go into the Stream Analytics jobs. So I typically just search up top for Stream Analytics jobs. And then I have two set up right here. One is actually, I'm setting up streaming on the edge. So I'm parsing the data and streaming on the edge. But today I'm just going to do a basic one where the Percept does send it up to the IoT hub. And then from there, I'm streaming it over to Power BI. So let's go and set that up. So if you go into Stream Analytics jobs, you can create a new job and just pick all the regular resources. And here's where you can configure it to be on the cloud or on the edge. And when I figure this out, I'm planning to do a video on how the edge type works too. But once you have deployed the resource, you click on it, and then the job topology section is where the bulk of my activity has been with Stream Analytics jobs. And the first thing I always do is go to add an input, add stream input. So here, there's Event Hub, IoT, and Blob Storage, and the Azure Percept right now is sending it up to an IoT hub. So I just select my IoT hub as the input, and I select to configure it automatically. So once you have that, you'll see the streaming input shown here. And then the next thing I do is go to the output side, and I make sure that's defined. So here I have two outputs. I have some blob storage that I'm setting it to, and I have output, or this is actually the Power BI output. So you can see here, I've already set it up as a streaming data set to Power BI. So typically I don't press there's some test connections. I typically haven't had to do that. Once I set it up, typically everything is working well. And then what's really, really nice is if you click on IoT Hub, and if your Percept is running and sending data to the IoT hub and it's coming into this input connection, you'll see it kind of in preview down here. So you'll be able to see the JSON file, or you can change to raw format. What I've done is I've downloaded this from a prior Stream Analytics job. So what's really cool is I can download sample data. So I had the Azure Percept running earlier, but I don't have it on now. But I did run it earlier. I saw the streaming input, and I downloaded it so I can test this without having to turn on the Azure Percept. What's really cool here is you can say test results to show me the test results, or actually I have to turn on test first. So if I go to the top of this and I run a test query, it'll take the data that I just uploaded and run it through this. So in the blob storage, I'm just selecting everything. I'm putting a timestamp on it, and I'm putting everything into the blob storage, the IoT hub. So that's how I would read that, and you can kind of see it's parsed out, or it hasn't really done anything. It's just taken everything from the input side and stuck it in the output side. And the other thing you can do, which is really, really nice, is if you want to see, so I've got two queries. I've got one going to blob storage, and I've got one up here. If I want to see the test output of that one, I just click on the Power BI output, and it shows me how I parsed everything out and what the fields in the table and the data in the tables looks like. So super useful, this input preview and test results. And then you just have to know that you have to click on the output to see, it'll show you the routing and the test data results for each routing. So. And then the final thing is, so once you have input and output, you're going to have to look at your query. I suggest doing a select all into from, just a simple one first. So let's see, I think you have to, and then you have to make sure you turn it off before you edit the query. So I'm going to stop this job, and then I can edit the query, and then I have to go in and remember to start it up again. But if I go to edit query, this right here is the basic. All right, so now it's going to let me edit the query. I've stopped the streaming analytics job. test query, edit query. We have to go into overview, edit query here. So what I would recommend is just using, I can paste this. I'm going to get rid of this. And just for starters, take everything from your, let's see, from your input, your IoT hub, and I'm just going to type here output alias to switch it over to my Power BI report. So if I save this, this is just your base query. It's taking everything from the input side and throwing it into the output side. This is the best place to start. And once you see that working, let's upload sample input on a test query, and just the output looks exactly the same as the input, right? So that's your first query. And then when you want to get a little fancier, I'm just going to paste it here. So you can pull out individual fields. You can do a count aggregation functions. I do a cross apply on the neural network. So you're probably going to have to use this too if you push it out to Power BI, because these two lines right here will take everything in the neural network array inside the JSON. So I had to study this quite a bit, but it'll parse that out and separate it into its own fields and kind of join it together in a big packet, right? So, but then you can work with that. And then here I have group by. So this is based on the count. I want to group by over a sliding window. So this may be something you can add later. So I'll take that out for now. So right now I'm just going to do a label, a timestamp. I'm going to parse everything out. I'm going to take the blob storage out for now. So let's just see if this works. So if I click on this part and I test the query, so it should pull out just the label, the timestamp, and that's all. Label and the timestamp. It throws that into Power BI, and this whole cross apply get array allows me to pull just the label out. If you don't have that part, I don't completely understand why, but it won't let you pull that out of the array. So this is one of the commands I had to do to pull everything out. So that's all for this week. Don't forget, I'm on YouTube, I'm on LinkedIn. I'll be doing one more to complete this process off of where you take this data right here, you create a visualization in Power BI, and then I'm going to show you how to watch that real time in a Power BI dashboard. So until next time, thanks, bye.